Right, so hi everyone. I've just finished the other one. I'll pin that below because it looks like it's going to be fitting with this. Let's just check. You should be able to hear me. Yeah. So this is for Taurus in the second house, but I've not put that bit in. I'll put it in after. I might stop putting the sign in the title because I think it could stop you all watching it, but I'm experimenting with that. But yeah, even though this is for Taurus in the second house, you've all got Taurus somewhere, you've all got a second house somewhere, you might have Taurus in the second house. Um, so this can really resonate with anyone. But it's interesting that I just ended the one about Neptune and Aries, and that is still sitting here. It was all about playfulness. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. And then the cards I've just pulled quickly for the title for this, which literally just finished that and came onto this, it mentions playfulness too. So I pulled karmic relationship, but I pulled it in reverse. Resentments and triggers, perception, intensity, and letting go, turmoil and fleeting. So I feel, again, so remember, this can't be everyone's, but if this is going to be resonating with you, whoever you are in the story, someone's either putting an end to a karmic relationship now or freed from desires on as well. Um, or this is something that's been over a while, like someone had to put a karmic relationship behind them. Now, karmic relationship doesn't always need to be romantic, although with this, it does suggest it is because it's two people sort of doing a pinky promise here or something or holding hands. Um, and so I've titled it Someone's Ending a Karmic Relationship After Huge Revelations, Missing You Wants Playfulness Back, because the other cards were Paradise, happiness and joy, playfulness, enjoying each other, and honeymoon phase. And what's quite funny is Groove Jet just came on. So it was a plane taking off. So again, this could be, getting to know each other on some kind of holiday or breakaway or something. The honeymoon phase is obviously when everything's amazing and stuff. But also that could be the honeymoon phase is over in a karmic relationship. But yeah, and then we've got picture, looking at pictures, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. But yeah, I would say there is some sort of making new memories, spending time with each other there. Someone wants to bring some playful energy back. And then we've got clarity and truth, revelations, honor, protection, determination. So I would say this is like a divine masculine that's determined to bring back the fun, the playfulness, the joy, uh, after spending a significant amount of time missing you, thinking about you, reminiscing, and coming the huge revelation that they chose a karmic relationship over real love. Just for a change, because it's a different. I'm only kidding. That's always the story. So sorry, make a joke of it, but what else you better do? So let's see. I don't know if I'll use this because don't know if I'll use them, but we'll put in there. And then right when I was waiting for it to go live, um, healing heartbreak, toxicity, addiction, abusive relationship was on the bottom too. Yeah, so I do feel something, and also actually engagement ring and reverse is there too. So it could be again, like karmic relationships that were heading to being serious that broke down before it got there, or and then look, just to hammer it home, addiction, codependent, obsession, restraint, possession and control, emotional block, or it was things that were marriages that are breaking up, or that did, or that will. Um, Basically, they were built on a tower, a faulty foundation, and the tower is falling, crumbling, whatever way you want to see it. Um, and that is what Neptune and Aries would do. Neptune and Pisces is the illusions that I've been channeling like definitely for all the last year, that a lot of people would have been living an even bigger lie than perhaps ever before. Could have been doubling down on a lie, you know. Um, but the rude awakening comes with Neptune and Aries now, like we can say that. And then definitely when Saturn, the ass kicker, comes in around Valentine's, which again it's quite interesting that it comes about like this this year's Valentine's Day could be extremely interesting because you're either going to have people that are trying to like really fucking ham it up that, oh, we're so happy and this is such an amazing marriage and you're a really happy relationship, but it's like, the truth is like quite different underneath, like cracks will be able to show. Um, or just a whole of fucking breakups, you know what I mean? Because you weren't with the right person. And then if you're further down the timeline, it's like fucking happening. You fuck knows, but let's just bash on with this and see what comes out. Right. Oh, and actually, I didn't put any of the stuff that I normally put in with the. Let's just do that. Um, sure, I prepared something last night so that oh no, that was if I was doing the one earlier that I didn't do anyway. Right. Let's just. Don't have this. Every time I'm like, why don't I have this prepared? Wait a minute, what is that on? Right, that's that. And then we'll put a wee that so that it doesn't. And then here's the Ko-fi link. Right, if any of the members are watching as well, there's a couple of you that haven't had your new moon cards, so I will do them um Thursday because I'm not doing live tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm coming back on Thursday to do the next one. I have no idea if this is right anymore, but it's what we're working with. Oh no, that's not fun. Why the fuck? I just oh, this is stressing me out. Oh my god. Right, here we go. Here, then that. Right, that should be it now. Although I usually have to fiddle about to make it fit anyway. Right, let's see. So, oh no, where does it all fit? Interesting. All right, fine. Right, so the booking link for everything is at the bottom. Like, if you're new, just remember to look for the one that says newbie, fairly straightforward. If you have problems with that, you can always email me and I can, explain, but it's pretty simple. Although what's not simple about the booking schedule is there's a lot of different things, but it is because I do a lot of different things. So if you've got any questions about whatever, you can do that. Right, the goal for me to actually want to do Mediumship Monday at the end of this. Well, I'm not going to want to do it, am I? But uh, I'm going to do it. Um, let's see. If we got the goal, if we get the goal, is what that means. Right. If I even stay the 2 hours, but I'm sure I will. Right. I don't know where my timing is, so that's a bit annoying. I mean, that's the whole reason why I've fucking is over there. Where is it? I don't know where it is. We'll put on one for an hour here and then. Or wait a minute, actually, will I do it for 2 hours and then Maybe an hour 55, and then that can be my warning. Eh, is that right? All right, yeah, maybe. Oh, that doesn't seem right. Oh no. Right, okay. Right, I have got right. Okay, so bad at maths, but okay, so where are we gonna start? Uh, I want to use a deck I haven't used for a while. What does that say? I dive in and out of relationships. That could have been an issue here, which actually would fit with what yeah. So somebody's having a confessional here. The masculine, sorry, excuse me, that's well, I don't know. Yeah, it's maybe because the fucking window's opening. But I usually hiccup or burp to clear energy, but sneezing is another way. But yeah, someone is like, I dive in and out of relationships. So in the past, somebody's saying I dive in and out of relationships. That's quite interesting because the one I filmed for, I think it's the one I filmed for tomorrow or on one of the shorts for the next week. One of them was really similar. It was like I pulled out, oh, it might come out again. I pulled out keys on a ring, which is about one night stand with ascending. So it was like someone was like, this is what I used to be like. I'm not like that now. So I don't know if that's quite funny if that's the one for tomorrow. I can't remember where it came out, but like it'd be funny if it's the same thing. So someone's saying I dive in and out relationships, and that way I don't need to get close to anyone. Or that's what I've done in the past. So that's not me saying that. I am channeling the person that this is. So the man or the woman, the masculine energy, I usually start with the female, the divine feminine, male or female first, but well, because my eyes got pulled to that. What else are you wanting to say? The spokesperson for all the people that this story is going to make sense to? Poker face, yes. And it was just, and do you know what's really interesting? Now, that would have been really weird if it was Poker Face that was on, but would you believe it? Lady Gaga is actually on right now, but it's her first one, which, wait a minute, actually, how does that go again? Just dance. Gonna be it. It's not really about ending, is it? Maybe somebody was like, "Hey, I just dive in and out of relationships. I just put my poker face on, and I just dance. I don't have any feelings." Whether it's a man or a woman, that's the kind of vibes I'm getting. Taking a chance, risking options, not showing hand, gambling. Are you taking a good risk, or did you risk? Did you gamble with somebody's heart? Now that song, "Do you believe in love after love?" It's just come on, share. If you've been around a while, you'll know that when I was very well, no, it was a fucking long time ago. My neighbours were playing that, the downstairs neighbours, over and over and over again, and it honestly was driving me insane. And then obviously when I was out somewhere, it was driving my dad insane, and they put a note on their door saying "share shit," which I thought was quite funny. So soulmates, soul connection, partnership, soul contract, life partner. But I wonder if this is still in fitting with the title that somebody took a gamble with a soulmate, knowing that they had a twin flame. Because I ain't the same thing, you know. So like it just depends. Like some people describe it in different ways. Like your twin flame can be your soulmate too. Because a lot of people, well, who doesn't know what twin flames is now? But a lot of people might not know what twin flames are. But it just depends which way you look at it. But I think this could be that somebody tried to make something work with somebody else, and it's left them heartbroken, deeply hurt and sad, feeling lost, grieving and despair, breakup, and it ended in a breakup, or it will, because it's not who you really are. It's not what you really want, and this is what somebody's awakening to. That I've got a twin flame, guys. Sorry, I mean I know sometimes the way it comes out it's a bit funny, but like you know what I'm saying. I'm just a mouthpiece. I knew that's what they were saying. I chose a soulmate which can be nice for a time, and then it might not be nice, or it might be nice the whole time, but it ain't your twin flame. I.e., you're going to be a bit bored. because the desire that you feel for a twin flame opposed to a soulmate. But you see, some people describe it's so funny, like there are just so that the internet is fucking white, and it's just something like honestly, sometimes I'm sometimes I have to click off because it's like I don't get annoyed anymore, but I'm like, and then something you like, so like, right, I'll listen to them, I'll overlook, but it's like the complicated way that some people describe some things, and like the stories they've made up in their own heads to like explain what a twin flame is and what a this is and I'm like, no, why are you overcomplicating it? Clearly, you've had a really bad experience with your twin flame, and you're trying to make a twin flame something else. But anyway, it's like, so I think even that might be it though. Like I might be describing the masculine energy, male or female, that you've done that. So sorry, because I think you could be like, fuck you, triggered by the way I'm saying it, but that could be it actually. So it's either about your person or this is you that done that. But I feel it's left you heartbroken, or like I said, if this hasn't happened, it will leave you heartbroken, and it might be Saturn conjunct Neptune and Aries, rude awakening truth. That's what Aries is, that bursts the bubble, that you can't make a soulmate a twin flame. You're always going to think about you could set up a life, you could marry, you could have kids, you could have a dog, you could have a house, you could have a car, you get what I'm saying? But you're always going to be thinking about a twin flame. Hey, don't don't shoot the messenger, that is just the story. Or the thing, oh my god, again, Love Island reference, but I've not even got any words for how fucking annoying it is that this girl, I love her, but she keeps saying, I googled it. I was like, what the? I knew what it meant, but I needed to know what it meant. And I think it's like London slang or something, where it's like charge it to the game, which just means the game of life. Like, don't hate the player, hate the game kind of thing. But it's like so annoying because she literally, like, it's so toxic. Like whenever anyone's trying to talk to her about it, she's just like charge it, meaning like charge it to the game. But and it's like just another variation of it's not that deep. And like I've explained about that saying too, it's not that deep. Like, oh my god, like even honestly, I find myself saying that in a jokey way when I'm doing this. But please don't adopt these sayings because like that's so toxic. Like I bet you I can't even think what would be. I suppose like an overall one would be it is what it is. Like I say that sometimes too, but you know what I mean? Like these are just other ways of find like avoiding accountability. Like I've said, it isn't that deep as really toxic because you're probably always more or less than not discounting somebody else's feelings, which is just fucking nasty and not having any empathy. Or like I've said before, how would you know? It might not be that deep to you, but it might be the person you've just hurt or someone else you're fucking gossiping about. So I just don't ever see how that is ever. And then, or you're saying about yourself, oh, it's not that deep, but actually you're fucking crying in your pillow. It is that deep. Do you know what I'm saying? It's never going to be nice, however you use that. Because it usually is deep. When someone's saying it's not that deep, it usually is. Maybe not in all circumstances, but it usually is. And that's the same with that thing. That saying's even more annoying. Charge it to the get. Fuck, shut up. Please stop saying that. And sorry, I don't like saying shut up. Like I just don't like when other people say shut up, and I don't like saying it. But seriously, every time that girl's, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Just like it's so annoying. It's just like, is it annoying anyone else that watches it? Or am I the only person? But anyway, so moving on. Maybe this is how annoying somebody is with a soulmate or something. Somebody's like, how could I have even got on with this person? Yin yang balance, union duality, complement polar opposites. Yeah, but it is someone's heartbroken over a twin flame because they played poker face and chose a soulmate. We've got the thumbnail. It's a rough one. Right, okay, so, and like I said, it's just even more hard hitting that I said it and Twin Flame came out, and there's a similar shorts that I filmed just before this. Right, okay, so that's the confessional from the Divine Masculine's actually been quite in depth there, so thank you to whoever that was given that message. And let's get the feminine. So, the feminine in the past, what's your perspective on it? Not everyone is meant to stay forever. Some people come to teach you something. Interesting. Interesting. I went to this deck too. So it feels like the feminine, if this is yours, because remember, it can't be everyone's, you feel like this person was in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. This actually, again, I like ones that go. It seems very samey, but I can see it's a bit different. Sorry, my nose does. I don't know if it is running, but it feels like it's running. But I think it's just my nose gets itchy when I'm doing this as well. I think it's just because the window's open. But I'm gonna. My nose isn't running. I think it's just because it's cold. Sorry. But yeah, I think this is one of these situations when I do feel if this is yours, I think if you're the divine feminine, I think your divine masculine was playing such a poker face and lying themselves and in such denial that I feel they chose a soulmate and they settled down with them. So whether this is a serious relationship or like even moving into a marriage or having children or something like that, like I feel like this is someone that was, you can't really do much about that. If someone's in denial with themselves, like I said in one of the shorts earlier, you could have everyone around them being like that. We know that that's not actually how you feel and you want that other person. But if someone's determined to dig their heels in, and Taurus is actually about stubborn. But remember, you don't need to be a Taurus or anything. But yeah, not everyone's meant to stay forever. Some people. So yeah, I feel that's how the feminine looked on this in the past. Is wow, I learned a lot, and I value the time that I've spent with them. But they went, they chose another path. Um, Anything else? Beautiful Liar, Beyonce and Shakira just came on. Oh, comedy gold. Running from your problems won't solve them. Oh my God. I mean, well, it's all tying up here, isn't it? Yeah. So somebody ran from this connection and it feels like straight into the arms of another or many others. Because actually, if that makes you feel any better, this person said they dive in and out relationships. So even if they had relationship, it doesn't feel like they were taking it that seriously. But this actually always feels karmic to me because it feels like that's the karmic women and someone's like, I've had enough, I'm off. But I feel in this case, this is what the masculine done to the feminine. Time healed me, but it didn't erase you. Oh my God, this is quite deep. So the feminine's like, I healed from this as much as I could, but I didn't forget you. I can't forget you. Like I can't lie to myself like you can. Um Now I want to say, hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. But like what I mean is, hey, I'm just a channeler. That's what came through. Uh and it's still beautiful liar that's on. Right, so and there was like 1 hour 44 minutes on the timer when I said that. Right. So could you tell me then what's going on currently? Let's use the same deck, because this is one of my favorite ones at this moment in time, because it gives the tea. Let's see if any snakes in the grass or the snake turns up again. Because it was only last week. I'm just interested with the karmic relationship thing at the start. So what's going on right now? Feminine, tell us what's going on right now for you. Cupid's arrow. Have faith, love is coming. Surprise invitation struck by love. So if you've not had a surprise invitation or I don't know, some kind of happy thing coming about in love, have faith because the present moment is saying that's what's around the corner. So, and that's the masculine's feelings as well. So let's see then. And I did remember the way I done the title because of the way the card came out. It was that someone's put a karmic relationship behind them some time ago. But for other people, it could be happening just now. This is what I mean. You never really know. But let's see. Masculine. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh my God. It came out the fucking oh my God. It came out the fucking same. That's fascinating. And that's why they got me. So this is the order it came out. When I asked the masculine, twin flames. Yeah. I'm coming forward with a surprise invitation. I may be holding your hand as we drink a coffee. Do you know what I mean? But it's like yin yang and balance, union and duality, complement polar opposites. Yeah, I'm coming in for union. If you want this with me, I want this with you. But I had a poker face. I took a chance. I'm kind of reflecting differently on that. Now Madonna hang up song. Every little thing that you're saying, I'm hung up on you. I'm hung up on you, Twinflame, but I made out like I wasn't. Yeah, I made out like, yeah, I'm with a soulmate. I'm really happy. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about you. But that wasn't the truth. This is the present energy. Again, it's past, present, future, but I mean it's just very interesting that we've got this soulmate twin flame poker face thing again. So this is coming through very crystal clearly. Excuse the pun, that's what I'm here to do, crystal clearly explain it. Somebody had a poker face. They played games too, because they're playing a card game. Somebody had a poker face with a twin flame and chose a soulmate over a twin flame. Oh, or it could be, oh my God, it could be one of these even more annoying ones that it's like, I don't know why, but I was feeling a slight feeling of, for some people, it could be like someone tried to create the illusion or wanted you to think that that's what had happened and that was the poker face. But I think for a lot of people, it is no, it is like somebody did choose like somebody else to settle down with, but they've been hung up on you the whole time. Right? Could you give us something else masculine? So you're the person that is bringing this truth to the feminine, that you're going to strike them with Cupid's arrow, surprise, surprise. I know it's you and not them. Like, this might not go down too well. Let's see. Self-indulgence. This is a good card, but quite interesting wording. Self-worth and value, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. Yeah. I feel after a long time in hermit mode and doing a lot of shadow work, I feel this masculine group have come to uh, some kind of huge revelation, and that's the card from the title, and also shock sticking out here. And although I'm channeling it in quite an interesting way, I'm going quite serious now. Look, shock, heartbroken, and addiction. I feel this is like, if this is yours, I feel this group of masculines are coming to some huge revelation, awakening, a rude awakening, that they've chose a soulmate codependent connection out of a comfort zone over the twin flame who challenged the comfort zone. Sudden change, shocking news, surprises, epiphany, transformation, deeply hurt and sad, feeling lost, grieving, despair, breakup, codependent, obsession, restraint, possession, control, and emotional block. And here's, I hope it doesn't fit with tomorrow's, but the one I done just before this, I filmed unlisted. I didn't mean to use that dodgy deck, right? But my eyes got pulled over Psycho X Obsessed, the one with not very nice wording. But and then it was about a connection ascending into union. And so there's wee hints of that in this as well. Right, one more. Yeah, one more because we knew that was going to come out. So again, this is pretty crystal clear. If this is, don't make it everyone's, because like I said, not everybody's karmic soulmate that they settle down with or that they hang out with or however serious or casual is like a snake or a rat or a really horrible, nasty person. But I don't think they would be chucking out the snake all the time and girl with a snake and the shady ones if it was like, especially not when they pulled me to Psycho X, I mean? It's all pretty rough stuff. So, like I said, we hope that the divine masculine male and females are away from people like this. And anyone that's stuck with people like this, we pray that you find the strength to value yourself and get out stuff like this. But competition and enemy, the other women look over your shoulder. So camera, reminisce and make memories, learn from the past, perception. So yeah, it feels like someone's saying, I learned from that situation. Watching, looking, perception, stalking, but they still keep an eye on me. So yeah, I think this is pretty clear. Like this is definitely somebody that backstabbing, sticking out as well, and mask. Hiding true feelings, pretending, delude, gaslight, personifying, heartbreak, pain, separation, loss, deception, lies, shock, and attack. So somebody's rising up from the ashes, changed mind, rising up. Somebody's changed their mind about a soulmate because they turned out to be a toxic, karmic soulmate, a snake, all these kind of words, whether it's a male or a female. And yeah, gaslighting, stalking, toxicity, Need I go on? Not a very nice. Yeah, there's a snake again. Someone's. This is like, the snake. I shuffled and it came out again. Yeah, so someone was seduced by someone like that. Attraction, teasing, hooking up, date, third party temptation. Interested, awaiting messages, text, calls, email, talking more. Again, we're moving on to the next bit, but I get it. It's like this masculine's like, I chose wrong. Like, I mean, I chose wrong. That's what I'm getting from this. I chose wrong, and the snake bit me pretty badly. So sorry about that. That's definitely coming through. But like I always say, you learn from these things, and it's part of your path, and it's someone's path. Yeah, that's quite interesting because earlier I heard Kylie when I was in a coffee shop, and actually I wrote the song there because oh yeah, I like that. What was the song again? I forgot what it was, but now Kylie's on again. It was love at first sight. So either it was love at first sight with the twin flames, or somebody told themselves it was like love at first sight with a soulmate. Oh my God, yeah, that's making me think all about my twin, forget all about my twin flame. But it would more be like it was like being love bombed by a narcissist, like an illusion, a Neptune and Pisces illusion. Yeah, the song I heard earlier was, oh, oh my God, oh my God, that is so weird. And again, as if I'm going to lie about that, that's so like sad. I've also got exactly 1,000 songs right now. But the song that I heard, the last song I've added is Love at First Sight, and that is the video that's on right now. Ah, so yeah, it definitely was Love at First Sight for the twin flames, or like you're saying, it could have been that this person was seduced by something strong like that that was an illusion, but we'll work it out as we go along. And we'll work out as we go along. This person could have been stuck in something like that. Wait a minute. Is false twin flame going to come out? Is that another one of these where someone's been fucking getting their chain yanked basically by like, a love bomber narcissist karmic soulmate, and they've not known the difference between. Yeah, that is what it is, because I've just pulled crystal clear vision and reverse awareness. Somebody couldn't see. Somebody couldn't see the truth. And that's why it's shocking, because they're seeing now. Following all the signs, I'll act feminine twin, awakening, feminine twin, activating higher self. And that's what I pulled on one of the last live streams. But the song before that song was Get Out of My Way. Get out of my way. I don't know. I don't know how it goes, but I like I like the tune of it. Get out of my way, get out of my. So maybe this masculine's like, yeah, now that I've worked out how I feel, like get out of my way. Like I don't think it's to the, but I just think it's like everyone get out of my way that's standing in the way of this happening, including myself. Yeah, look, enter the vortex. I'm heading for abundance. I'm going through a spiritual awakening. Shift or be shifted. Yeah, this is definitely that. That's what this is. It's like somebody's got very head fucked, I would say, by a karmic soulmate that possibly could have been somebody that has allowed I don't know. It just feels like when somebody knows a little, well, think they know a little bit about twin flames and all that. So twin flames are toxic, because that's why they're making me talk that. Because again, it's like I occasionally will catch like new people like that, and some it is weird how there's a wave of like people where the way they describe, and they seem like really I mean, they're not going to be to me when it's my fucking expertise, but it's like convincing with it. It's like, and I can tell every single time, it's like, no, you've had a toxic experience with your twin flame, so you make twin flames be something totally different. Like, that's not this. You know what I mean? So you've got, anyway, right. So looks like I'm doing this all myself with no company, but that's fine. Maybe someone will come and talk soon. Right. What karmic lessons are being learned by the feminine, or what needs to be released? Melchizedek, so that's one of my guides I connect with strongly. So the feminine may could connect with this strongly, or the masculine feminine side self, or it's just the wording on the card. Higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. So I feel that for the feminine, like the experience you've learned from is like I feel there's something about this that like you had to let somebody go because they chose another path. And it feels like they chose another path in quite a serious way. Like settling down with kids, however many, or like, marriages, or, buying property together, or all of it. It's like something, it does feel like somebody made quite a big commitment here that you would be aware of. And you had to let this go. Yeah, that's what it feels like. And the masculine, it's different. It's like, you've learned from the experience of, unfortunately, whatever path somebody chose. And also it's quite interesting, I said buying property and stuff like that, because wait a minute, there's a card in this that says sold. I pulled it in the shorts. These cards are so heavy and massive, but they're really cool. Somebody might be in the process of selling a house, because yeah, Taurus is about your home, your assets, your finances, it's money. But I mean, something tells me from the snake coming out, this is definitely something that went sour. It's currently going sour, it will go sour, or it went sour. Do you know what I mean? Um, Give me something else for the feminine or the masculine feminine side about what karmic lessons are being learned. Yeah, I just three ones. I just feel like you've had, and look, there's a big journey going on there too. I feel like you've had to keep plodding along if you're the feminine on your own journey, coming into union with yourself. Like you've had to keep ascending, they're climbing the mountain. You've had to keep ascending the mountain without your twin flame. I mean, it's never that really. You're always working as a team, and that's why feminine activating higher self, masculine releasing lower self has come out recently together, like on one video, and then on the next video it came out, because it might seem like that, but you're actually doing the work together in a different way. What are the we knew it was going to happen. If you're new around here, you might be like, what? But everyone knows that this is like my party trick, and it ain't no fucking trick. It's what they make me do. Look at that. This is a tarot deck, 78 cards, and they're all there, right? I hadn't put the other one back, so it was 77 when I shuffled them. But the one I just mentioned that just has come out, and it's got house sold on it, 8 of wands. It's got the postie, yeah. So some days just is there's also a wee boy running there with a dog. All of that could be relevant because I usually say, oh, they've got a kid, a dog, a house, blah blah blah. But yeah, I do feel there's something about the sale of a house here. Now this could be anything. This could be people arguing over a house. This could be somebody has moved into their own house after splitting up from someone. This could be somebody wants to move out of a house. That it could go all different ways. It could be somebody wants to live with you. It could be bits and bobs, all of this. But the 80 wands is fast communication, it's travel. I think I did mention holidays at the start of this too. But yeah, it's the main thing because I saw that clairvoyantly, and like, I think it was the shorts I pulled it out and house sold. So you see, there's something there about something's done and dusted here. And it's interesting to me that these are all cards about things happening fast. This is definitely someone's put a karmic relationship behind them. And something's done because that says house sold. It's like done, it's dusted. So it's symbolic of like, if it was a marriage, there's been a divorce, there's been a finalization. If there was a house owned together, it's closed out. And again, if it hasn't happened yet, this is the way it's going. But I would rather pick up on the part of the story where it's all done and dusted because I can't be bothered picking up on the ones where it's currently going on. I also can't control that, but I'm asking for that. So yeah, look, four of swords. But this is interesting because this is quite shamanic. Like, look, it's a man out in the woods with the badgers and the little fairy people under the ground. Look, healing. But that was in reverse. So somebody's been in a period of healing after a karmic relationship. Okay, right. Okay, so that was all on the feminine side, but that was more the masculine's emotions we felt. So this has come out very fast. Oh, look, I keep channeling this, right? So this wave of masculines are in deep prayer and contemplation mode, which would have been strongly felt when Neptune in the last of Pisces there, which we've just fucking kissed goodbye a couple hours ago. Connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. So I feel like the masculine, the karmic lesson they're learning right now is I know what I want. I know who I want. I was confused at one point. I'm not now. I've had a huge revelation. I'm hearing, don't you worry, child. Now heaven has a plan for you. And whenever I hear that song, that is always my sign of like something like that. You know what I mean? It's like everything's working out somehow. It's very much given that, isn't it? It's given like someone was confused and they're not now, but now they have to have the courage to ask for what it is they want, or they don't get it. Right, give us something else. Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. There's a lot about desire here. It's like this masculine group desires a fresh new start after putting some kind of difficult situation behind them. And they desire it. But it's, ask and you shall receive. If you don't ask, you don't get. You need, yeah, look, it's time to walk your talk, call to action. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. And that came out in the shorts, the extra one that I done for this. So, yeah, Commander Ashtar energy doesn't fuck about. So it's like, this could be somebody that's been talking about doing something for a long time, that they've had all the visions, psychic insight, your third eye's open, you see the truth for what it is, follow your intuition. Yeah, this is all like, again, I like when it all ties in, but this is somebody that's like, if this is you've been getting all the signs for a long time. You've been preparing for this. You've been talking about it. It's time to like walk your talk. Like it's time to not be sort of fully fucking hot air and not doing it. And it's time to fucking shit or get off the pot. Sorry, I don't like that saying, but that came to mind as well. Like you see the truth for what it is. That could also be, I know I don't want to tap in on that, but if somebody's still in a karmic relationship, you see the truth for what it is. Like you see the lies, you see the toxicity, you see the toxicity this person brings out in you, you see that what you bring out in them, you see, or this is how it was in the past, like you see it all for what it is. And you also, it feels like somebody's actually done the healing, because before someone's done the healing to work out, I got into this karmic relationship or karmic marriage when I was very unhealed and being toxic myself. And now that I've actually spent the time going inwards and healing, I don't want to be in this. Or I'm not in it. I've done something about it. So, oh God, let's see if that house card comes out again. Because I don't, again, I wanted these, oh my God, I knew that was going to come out. I should have said that. I wanted these cards for ages, right? I say this all the time. Elton John, Are You Ready for Love's just come on too. 2003 could be significant. So for my twin flames, where you've been on the journey quite a long fucking time, that's when I met mine. That could be relevant. But yeah, this has been blocked for a long time. 7 of Wands. Blockages. This masculine's felt blocked from this union for a long time. Now, did they block themselves or did other people get in the way? Now, what's funny about this is it's a protest and it's a whole load of police, stopping the people getting past. So, but what's interesting about this is, like I said, I wanted these cards for ages. And then it was weird. It was like, this is so, I'm channeling a message right now because it's like they're trying to make me talk about that because it's relevant. I wanted those cards for ages and they're quite expensive. And then I got them and then I hardly used them. So it's like this masculine's trying to talk about something like that. I've wanted this for ages. And I could have had it. But I let it go. I didn't do anything about it. I wasn't ready. Because now, are you ready for love is on? Like, it's like this person saying, I'm ready for love now. I wasn't ready, but I'm ready now. But is it too late? Like, I felt blocked from being able to have this. But with the police on that card and that being about blocks, let's shuffle these again. Is this something to do with other people? Oh God, hell's going on there. Oh my God, what the fuck? Uh, sorry, it just went a wee bit dark here. I'm going to have to read this first. Right. So again, I always just like to say this just in case, but if there was, if the blocks to some kind of union was that somebody unfortunately had like the passing of somebody, like a death in their life, then you know someone needed time to heal from that. But for most people, I feel it's that they've had to heal from the end of something. But I mean, I'm saying it like that because we've got coffin, new beginnings, liberation, reborn, transition, tragic ending. Something didn't end in a nice way. And then we've got death. But this one says the relationship is over. No second chances. Growth transform. What's dead is dead. I mean, it's pretty brutal. But it's basically like if I feel they're just trying to get across, like, look, if you're the divine counterpart, if you're the twin flame to this divine masculine and you're worrying that this person's going to go backwards, the relationship's over. Tragic endings, like what's dead is dead. No, this person doesn't go back to that. Like needing time, cycles takes time to heal programs, but they did need time to heal from whatever that was, or they will do if it's not over yet. And that's interesting that I was asking about what was blocking them. Healthy choices. That they what was blocking them was someone kept picking the codependent, toxic addiction. And like I said, I get bored of saying, "Oh, hello, how are you doing, Charlotte?" I get bored of like saying this all the time, but it is what I help people with. When you are addicted to a codependent connection like that, it is like being hooked on a really hard drug. So it might not make a lot of sense like to other people onlooking, but why the fuck are they keep hanging about that toxic person or they keep cheating on them with it? It's until you heal from that, that's why people go back to that. And then God, that we could just unpack a whole lot of other things. If you've been treated badly in childhood and you were used to that kind of shit, or wherever it is you've picked it up from, all your fucking pals act the same and they put up with the same blah 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 blah, you become like the five people you spend the most time with. All these kind of things could contribute to it. That's what this is normal. Do you know what I mean? Um, Sometimes being in the healthy, loving relationship is not normal. And then actually you're going to be the odd one out, and people would rather fit in with their pals than be in a nice, happy relationship, living a more peaceful kind of like, I mean, who knows? Different strokes for different folks. But either way, this person's like, I'm making healthier choices now. Self love and self care, being happier, loving life. They're not really giving us too much info about whatever this karmic relationship, but I'm just reading between the lines for whoever's fitting with this. I think it could fit with the thing I pulled out for tomorrow. That it went really toxic. Fear of intimacy, running away, intensity, letting go, turmoil, and fleeting. Yeah. So this person just keeps saying I chose wrong because I was scared of what this was. I chose this karmic soulmate because I was scared of how intense the twin flame connection is, and that bit me in the ass. I learned. Sorry to laugh. Five of blades, which is the five of swords. Yeah, I thought I'd won. I thought I'd won by picking this other connection, and I didn't. Because in the other deck, this one, it's got the guy being like, why the fuck did I do that? And two women walking away. Is it going to come out? No, it's not, but we've got the Three of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I chose the third party. This could also be, these all look like very friendly, happy women. So this can either be like, female family members around the masculine, whether they're male or female, that are like, they could be like, why does this person keep staying with this karmic person? They don't make them happy, blah, blah, blah. Or this could be like, karmic people's like sisters and mums and people that are keeping somebody stuck, like, oh, just make it work. You love each other. Yeah, you argue all the time. It's really toxic. But everybody argues. It's just funny how other people and things like that will just like they'll make it seem normal to you so that you stay in it. Yeah, when you're not happy, when you know that you're not happy. Um, Also, it's got to be said when that card comes out, it's got a tiny wee baby on it too, so somebody could have stayed for a baby. Never works. Inner child feeling down, overly optimistic, but I think for a lot of people, it's this person's been very down, couldn't see, but they can see now. Yeah, 7 wands again. Oh my god, there it is. shit, I just picked up. Yeah, look, see? That's that card that I just saw in my third eye. The guy's like, what the fuck have I done? So there's definitely, this is one of these ones where it's about a soulmate and a twin flame. Somebody thought picking the soulmate would be the easier option, but it wasn't. Because it might not challenge you in the way that a twin flame does, but it brings about a whole load of Lily Allen, the fear just came on as well. It brings about a whole load of Pandora's boxes that a lot of the time you're not ready for. Conflict, disagreement, competition, defeat. Oh man. Right, okay. I'm actually really needing a pee, so I'm gonna hurry this up now. But I can stay in that state with it, but honestly, by the time I end this, I'm like, oh fucking hell. Right, so um right, shadow work. Although by the time we get to this question, we've seen what the tea is, but um actually I was being led to these cards. This has got things like toxic and all that kind of stuff. So what's the shadow work then? I leapt out. Oh my god, butterfly again. We got butterfly on the shorts, we got butterfly on the live stream that I done before this, and we've got butterfly on this. Lots of transformation coming about with Neptune and Aries. You will meet a new love interest at a party or a night out. This has just got interesting. This is the Divine Feminine's card. This is the shadow work. We need more. What does that mean? So I feel you're going through a transformation now. Before I even get other cards, you might in the shadow work is somebody might approach you that is a new love at a party or a night out or anywhere if you're not going to nights out and parties and whatever. But like somebody could just approach you because you're in this Empress energy. Because if you're in that open magnetic energy, you're not just going to be attracting your twin flame, you'll be attracting other people. Like the masculine will be too, both people. So you've got to be aware of that. Like a lot of people can fall at that last hurdle to temptation because you've done all this work on yourself for yourself and for your twin, you want to be with your twin flame. And then, a temptation come along. So don't fall for that. I know a lot of people won't, but some people will. Or this could be the twin flame, that the new love coming back in an old way and they want to take you out, or you're going to bump into them, whatever. Let's see, right? What else? Oh, yeah, it is that celebration because that's my union card. So today, celebrate the love you share with those who matter most. So, yeah, I'm taking that to be what you don't see is. I don't usually take it to mean that shadow work, but I feel it's like you don't know that this is happening. Like a new love will be coming about. Like this person's coming back transformed, like a caterpillar into a butterfly, and they want to celebrate with you after being blocked for a long time from the past. That got juicy. Right? Masculine. Oh, oh my God. Is that what the celebration is? Masculine proposal. An offer or proposal in the near future that comes as a surprise. And then relight my fire. Just keep. That's really funny the way I channeled that. Relight my fire. Your love is my only desire. I lost it. But yeah. So this, I'm going to see if the old flame returns comes out. But yeah, I feel I say the same thing about this all the time, but it's like I don't know what the hell this card's meant to be all about. But she's like, oh my God, look at my invitation. I got invited to a wedding. It's just so weird. It's like she's not showing someone a ring. It's like an invite. So I don't really get it. But yeah, I feel this person's coming forward with a proposal. Now, I don't think it is actually, it could be for some. I would usually say I don't think it's a literal proposal, but for some it is because all I pulled out was union, preparing for union, wedding rings, blah, 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 which usually just means union. But for some, it could be that. But it feels like this person's coming forwards with an offer. Because remember, I did channel, it's like, they desire to ask for another chance, but they're not doing it. And then it was all that stuff about, what is time to walk your talk. It's like, it feels like this person's been wanting to do this, planning it, and now they need to do it. So the proposal could be like, can we talk? Because that card had like twin flames with a coffee cup. Tell us more. We need more about that. Sacrifice. Love may come with sacrifices. Evaluate what you're willing to give up. This person sacrificed this love in the past. I feel it's got something to do, like, they chose what they thought was best at the time. But now they want to choose the doorway to true love. Oh my God, that's lovely. A deep and enduring connection going beyond superficial attraction. That's what this person's saying. I chose the superficial karmic connection because that's my comfort zone. That was my comfort zone. Now I've done the work in the shadows and I want to come and relight the fire. An opportunity is about to present itself that leads you to a new person. So you see, well, that's quite interesting. It's new person, but the new person's a twin flame. It's like the twin flame coming back, the butterfly, which reminds me of the love is like a butterfly or happiness is like a butterfly. The more you chase it, the more it eludes you. When you just turn another way, it comes and lands gently on your shoulder. And I've said this before, but I wrote that on my bright pink chalk bathroom wall in one of my flats years ago. And then I lived there about 500 years and then I moved and nothing had still happened. And now I'm somewhere else. I've been living for ages and nothing's happened. That's how long I've been on the twin flame journey. But it's true, the more you chase something, when you just fucking let it go, it usually comes back. But not always. Sometimes you have let it go, but I kind of, in some sort of way, you've not really let it go because it probably would come back if you hadn't let it go. Right. So, yeah, I knew that was going to come out. So, look, this person said, look, this group of masculines are being very honest, actually. I was toxic myself and I didn't want to bring that your way. Toxic relationships can drain your energy and self-worth. Be aware. Like, I didn't have self-worth. I didn't have a lot of self-esteem. It made more sense to match up with this person. Although I don't think they would have said it. This is the shadow work. So I feel this is like somebody's done the shadow work to be able to see. Yeah, I could see that I was toxic. I chose toxic because I was toxic. Toxic is what suited me. Actually, I now see this as just toxic, and I want to make the healthy choice. I don't want the karmic toxic soulmate. I want my twin flame, if you'll have me. Because, oh, look, there's wedding again. Ah, yeah, passion in reverse. This passion scared me. And people got in my head to make me feel like that was toxic. That it was just like, that how passionate I feel I feel like I want to use those cards where it's like someone's like, my desire for like all these cringe ones that are like, what does it say again? My body's on fire, you're so sexy and hot, the one that makes me cringe, but it's like I feel either this person felt this themselves, like this is not natural how sexually charged my twin flame makes me feel. Like I feel like I wouldn't be able to focus on anything, get anything done. And then when I've spoke to this with like my friends and that, like they're like, nah, that's no normal, mate. That's like do you know what I mean? That's something for a bit of fun. That's no like your forever person. But then it's like, sorry to laugh, but then it's like I feel like it's the other way around. Like probably like what somebody's trying to make the settling down is that, the fleeting thing that fizzles. And actually and it's just because those other people didn't have what you had. Taking your relationship to the next level, one step at a time, passion, keep the flame of passion alive. It's the heartbeat of love. Oh, yeah, well, this one actually might be a proposal turning into a literal wedding. Usually just means union because Taurus is like grounding something into the physical. But these cards will tell us because it's got a proposal in this. But right, okay, so I've got a daily happiness calendar and it mentioned butterflies for today. Without change, there would be no butterfly. Love it. Love the synchronicity. Right. So, and it is very like Neptune in Pisces going into Neptune in Aries. Oh, honest communication. Expect a heart-to-heart conversation about, yeah, look. Oh my God, fucking hell. What does that say? Oh my God. Whoa, that's so crazy. So, this is a bit complicated. Expect a heart-to-heart conversation where someone's going to explain all about this third-party situation. You may be dealing with a karmic situation, right? It had to happen in divine timing, and it's going to serendipitously spring up in you when you least expect it. Remember, I don't like to jump on the bandwagon. I don't like to say what everyone else says, but I am being told this is going to be when you least expect it. And I'm not available. So someone hasn't been available because they've been getting blocked by a third party situation. Now, it could just be like, look, someone isn't out of a connection yet. But I think it's something more complicated for some people. Like someone's in a third party situation and it wasn't wise to move forward until something had closed out properly. But it doesn't always necessarily mean they're still with there's something, I don't know, it feels a bit too complicated. We ain't got time for that kind of thing. So, but that will all make sense. There's just too many boom, boom, boom synchronicities. So it's quite interesting though. Right. So, what would help with inner union on the feminine side? Agree to disagree. Okay. I feel like this is when I'm like, it's like Kermit the Frog, like fucking none of my business. But do you know what I mean? It kind of feels like I did say that at some point, right? There's something in this where, however, this person's dealt with something, feeling like it was the right thing to do. That I think there could be some kind of disagreement here about. I don't know. It's going to make sense to whoever it's for. But look, agree to disagree. Disagree for inner union, divine feminine. I think there might be things you're going to have to agree to disagree on, but I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see if that. I wouldn't be surprised if this person sincere comes out. Like I feel this person had good intentions, sincere. I feel they didn't want to get you involved in something, but I feel unfortunately I can feel it very. So I feel it. My heart actually starting to hurt. It's like it feels like this person was so engrossed in their own stuff that it's like they've only just been able to shift from that to put themselves in your shoes, if that makes sense. But that's actually quite a male brain thing too. Remember, the masculine doesn't always need to be a man, but really feeling something with that. Wow, happiness. Unlock the doors to happiness. And the door to happiness, remember we had another doorway card a minute ago. The door to happiness is the feminine for the masculine. It's that kind of energy that I pick up on a lot. It's like somebody who saw the feminine as their happiness, but it's like the only person not in on the fucking loop was the feminine. Hmm. Arrival. I knew it was that. Love may be just around the corner. Like this person, this is. Sometimes they do that because Taurus is like physical matter, grounding it in the physical, anchoring it in, along with Neptune just going into Aries. It's like this has been a long, oh, it's manifestation as well. This has been a long time manifesting, and it's like it's about to happen. Love, and also that's like I sometimes see that as like a grandmother guiding someone in spirit because it's like an old lady angel. It also makes me laugh, but also it's mediumship Monday, so. But yeah, someone like I mean, someone is just around the corner, and they went through a butterfly transformation. Enter into the light from out the darkness. That someone was trying to keep you out of some toxic situation. Set a solid foundation. Like I mean, I'm feeling it's like so funny when I'm feeling edgy because it's like I'm wanting to keep laughing out of nerves. Denial. See the truth in a situation. And I feel what was mixed in when we take it back to the start, someone was in denial. So someone was in denial about their feelings, which leads it back to the wee shorts that I filmed before this about at the end of Three Men and a Little Lady. Peter realizes right at the end of the film, I've been in love with her for 5 years, and I'm just admitting it to myself on the day that she's getting married to a narcissist. But it's like, yeah, it's quite possibly the most favourite ending. I know I say that all the time, but it really is like that. My mum and dad, I used to watch that over and over and over again. I used to rewind it when it was on the VHS. I used to rewind the bit where the wee girl giggles because that's where the song would come on. Waiting for a star to fall, carrying. Do you know what I mean? I always just think it's like right when anything really really happy happens in my life, I'm going to be hearing that in the background of my head. But it's just because it is really romantic, because he's like, she's like, you don't need to do that. You can see Mary as much as one. He's like, I'm not doing it for Mary. I'm doing it for myself or you or something. And he's like, I love the way you bite your lip. I love the way you make I even love your liver mousse. Like he goes through all the the things about her bad cooking and all the little things about her. And but yeah, it's really about that. It's about, some you can be in love with somebody, but be in denial out of fear, because the whole story about him is that he was married before and it didn't work, and it was very, it was very fleeting. And so it's meant to be that, like, he's been afraid of falling in love again. And so he's been in denial about being in, and they could all see it. Like the other dads could see that, like, you're in love with her. We can all see it. You argue like man and wife, you know what I mean? It's like, and it's the chemistry is great in that film too. Because she slaps him at one point. I'm not condoning slapping, but you know what I mean? That's quite real too. When he says something really cheeky, you are a selfish bastard. Do you know what I mean? But it's like they always mute that bit if they're playing it during the day. It's like, hey, you've just cut the swearing out. But it's, if you get what I mean, taking out that kind of bit of it, it's like, I think it's really good, the sexual chemistry. On her part too, because you can tell that, it's like she's the masculine in this connection, because she is in love with him, but she's like, he's never going to do anything about it, so I'm going to have to choose this other guy. And oh God, this is swindles, because I actually spoke about this. I spoke about this on the one for tomorrow for quite a while, but I spoke about it from a different angle of, she was about to marry a narcissist, Edward, because he's nice to the kid in front of her, and then when when she's not around, he's like calling her a little shit. So I was kind of, it was just, I was just sort of saying it's like, that's scary about, people that wear masks. You want to believe that when your children are around people that you trust, that they're the same as how, and that's not always the case, is it? Which is fucking terrifying. I mean, you know what I mean? That's why I always look, I mean, it's like I'm like a fucking whistleblower about nurseries too. I'm like, look, I'm sorry to say it. Like, I know that's not a nice thing to say, but it's just the truth. Sorry, there is a wee hole in one of these. I think it's, where is it? I'm going to see if my mum can salvage it, but it's I bought this jumper for you. I'm surprised it fit me actually. It was a size that I'm a lot smaller than now, so oh fucking hell, it fits. But oh, that's weird. That's part of it. So also, like, any color I wear is always part of it, right? And green is the heart chakra. I do feel this person is having a higher heart chakra opening, but it's also the fact that, like, that's true. I've had this jumper for years, um, and I hadn't worn it for ages. I don't think I've worn it for ages either. But why was I going to say that? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, because I was like, I don't even know if that's going to fit. And then I put it on. It's like they're saying, it's like this masculine's like, I don't know if, like, is this going to, like, I don't know if, like, I'm going to be forgiven. I don't know if we're going to be able to connect again. Like, is this person going to understand where I was coming from? Or are they going to forgive me for being in denial? Oh, this is getting too deep into the story, but I'm kind of invested. What else? Stability, yeah. They just keep saying the same thing. Yeah. This masculine group's like, look, I was in denial. I see the truth of the situation now. So whether that's the truth about my feelings for the twin flame, whether that's the truth about I was in denial and was trying to make it work in something else, or I was in denial about the fact that I could sort everything out and then come to you when everything's sorted out, and it would all just set us. This person had good intentions to set a solid foundation before moving forward, and they want forgiveness. I just said that. They want forgiveness and understanding, because I'm just a mouthpiece. Happy couples understand each other. That act of forgiveness releases tension. That's so. Oh my God. Boom, boom, boom. As I said that. Boom, boom, boom. And I was saying, well, well. I'm not singing the rest of the words because they're very dirty. And my sister used to play that song when I was a lot younger. And when I listened to the words of the I thought, that's actually quite dirty. And now Horny's just come on. I mean, what is this playlist? Horny Musti. So boom, 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 followed by horny. I mean, this is a very funny way to deliver this message. But the act of forgiveness releases tension, because I always say with that, and someone else releases tension, and then going along with the songs, I think this person's got a lot of passion for you. So yeah, this person's got a lot of passion for you. They want to relight the fire, but they want your forgiveness and understanding because their heart was in the right place. Yeah, and they just hope that you're going to understand them when they explain everything. God, this is starting to feel like a fucking film in itself. Arrival, and they're going to be arriving soon. Love may be just around the corner. Oh, I don't know. You let me know if this happens to you, wherever you are out there. Right, okay, so it's so funny with the songs though, because it's not a playlist about sex or anything. It says the 30 biggest selling dance songs. Well, that tells you something about what fucking sex sells. Right, so what's some possible soul retrievals that people need that are watching? Let's use these. And if you'd like to book a session, I usually work Tuesday through to Friday, but like I've just explained on this one or the one before, I'm trialing working on a Monday during the day. And when I say that, I'll probably just be like one person or something. That's enough until I do the live. But, just doing the mediumship, because just this now in the winter, other than when I'm out my walk, if I'm kicking about in that, then it just makes sense. Do I want to do the other stuff? No, but I'd be happy doing the mediumship session. So, but I mean, they might not even, if nobody books, then it's like, nah, keep that off. But it's because I end up taking the Tuesday off when I've done all this channeling on the Monday, and then I'm taking the Wednesday. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'm having half the fucking week off. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it is what it is. But yeah, just look at this. Look at that, closed doors. Somebody has really closed the door in the past. It's like this group of masculines are really wanting to stress. If you think that there's still a door open with the past, there's not. That's what I was sorting out. Closed doors, no good job opportunities. The current job is coming to an end, start over again. So it could be about somebody's work, but I was getting the feeling that that's like, you know what that is? That's the door closing on Neptune and Pisces. So people that were caught up in a fantasy and illusion with a karmic toxic relationship, that's the door closing on that. The door has closed. It closed a couple hours ago. If you're still in something like that, you're living in the past. You know what I mean? It's time to fucking sort it out. Get with the Neptune cycle. Accept the past choice that makes who you are. Accept past choices. Accept your decisions, however imperfect. They brought you to where you are now. Let them go and move forward. That's what this masculine wants to do. They've taken a long time to accept that they made a lot of mistakes. They chose the path they chose. It's made them who they are. And this person might already be at the conclusion, like, do you know what? If I hadn't went that way, maybe I would always wondered. I'm not going to wonder now. And or somebody might still be struggling with this, but it feels like that's the conclusion they're going to get to. Like, that's what I'd be able to help you with. Another one. Oh, it's that one again. This one keeps coming out. Untangle emotional dependency. That makes a hell of a lot of sense, that someone stayed in a codependent connection. Even doubly more sense if there's like one or even more kids involved, makes it even more complicated. But there doesn't need to be kids involved. Untangle emotional dependency. Like I said, it could just be a toxic, karmic, addictive relationship. Like, say it's like we're talking about fighting. Say it's like, you could have like a really toxic argument with somebody, but then you're like fucking having sex or something. Like, this is what I mean. Like that. Oh God, I could honestly. This just seems like common sense, but some people do need to hear it. Like, you've got to be really careful what you associate with your brain and sex and everything like that, because that isn't healthy. If you're forever arguing with, I mean, if you ever watch any of these wee shorts where it's like people taking the piss out of what's a toxic relationship or what's like a fucking psycho bird or guy or that, it's all they always do spoof things out of somebody that's like things like that, like you're fighting and then 2 seconds later you're shagging and then you're fighting. That is not healthy. If listen, who am I to, if that's the way people will live their life, you bash on and I hope you live a happy life, but that sounds draining. Do you know what I mean? That's not the same as you've got a shitload of chemistry, you're having an argument or something, and then like, well, that's what I described in another live, isn't it, from that card? and somebody pronounces something, you both start laughing, and then you have a cuddle and a kiss and fucking that's totally different. Or even if it is just like you have an argument, but like I feel it's quite nice to adopt that energy of you shouldn't go to sleep in an argument because you just don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? It's obviously not everybody lives by that, but I think it's a nice one to live by. Like you should appreciate the people that mean the most to you. But yeah, when love feels like survival, it's not love, it's fear. You're safe without the attachment. I feel for whatever reason somebody was, and it's not just somebody, it's a lot of women and men stayed in something like that because it's what they were used to. And when you don't value yourself, you do. You think, well, I'm only going to hurt that person, so I'm better just stay in something like this. And then you heal, you do the shadow work, you love yourself, and you're like, oh no, I want the person that I let go back. And that's very much what I'm feeling here. Accept imperfection. Like nobody's perfect, but you're perfectly. It's kind of like I know some of you will do this when I'm like, what am I about to say right now? But it's like, I know some of you will do this when you hear things like this, right? Like, if have you ever been listening to someone and they're like something along the lines of, like, you think you're never going to move on from this person, but then this person comes along and like they're going to make you forget all about that person. If you're if you're a true twin flame and you're listening to people say things like that and you're like, that's not going to happen. I know there is a lot of very nice looking men, nice men that will treat you better, nice looking or whatever. If you're a man, I mean, change the gender wherever it relevant. You know what I mean? But like that's where I think it differs. You would more be like in your head saying something like, or I feel the feminines to these masculines would be like, oh yeah, yeah, I know that there could be people that would, and it would be easy, but that it's not them and they are a perfectly imperfect person that's made for me. And I'm a perfectly imperfect person that's made for them. They're my twin flame. And that's how I always know the difference of people that are delivering a message like that or if they're typically, it's like you just get it. You know what I mean? But I would just like to add on to that. That doesn't mean you don't value yourself, have boundaries, love yourself. And you could know that and be like, but my twin flame isn't ready. So I'm going to keep focusing on me and healing myself. And you know what I mean? But that's, divine feminines are, you're not like, oh yeah, I'll just, that person's going to treat me better. And, I'll just like that. Yeah. And that's why that just came out again. I just shuffled all of them and it came out again. You accept your own imperfections. Therefore, you accept that in your twin flame. And if you stand strong in that and you keep pouring all your love into yourself and you don't settle for second best, because that's what you'd be doing. I'm sorry, like, as if I've got a fucking chance. Well, I would. I've said that before, I would, wouldn't I? I would have a chance of settling down with second best, but that's what they'd be. So, does anyone want to be my second best out there? Let's see if I get a few. Like, do you know what I mean? But they'd know that they'd be second best. I wouldn't do that. I couldn't do that to somebody. I know a lot of you maybe I couldn't do that. I think that's no. You know what I mean? If I wanted to be free and loose Aphrodite in the shadow, I could if I wanted to. If I had no fucking self-respect and discipline, but no, I'd rather not. I'd rather channel my sacred sexual energy into this healing work. Actually, so anyway, perfection doesn't exist. Embrace your flaws and those of others. They are the key to growth. That's quite funny the way I channeled that. Right. Okay. This is called having fun while you're working. Right. So, what is going to happen there? Let's see. Let's get these cards. Tell us what's going to happen. Now, if we get any cards about engagement or commitment or marriage or union, then that ties in with what I've picked up in here in the shorts, all of the shorts leading up to next week. Oh shit, I think I did just see the engagement card. Divine timing is at work in your love life, worth waiting for. Oh, that's quite nice. That does. Wait a minute. What are the other? That. Wait a minute. Where's twin flame? No, whatever. I think the other. It's like this twin flame connection is worth waiting for. That's what I get from this. What else? Very soon. Where's that card? Because that feels like it'd be relevant to this. Separation, but it was in reverse. So separation's coming to an end. You've known each other in the past, in this life, or in a past life. Deception. Someone's dropping the mask. Yeah, that came out. They were wearing a poker face. They were wearing a mask. Never told you how they really felt. They were scared of the twin flame journey. They're like, come on, please listen to me. I had good intentions. Because the guy's like, listen to me. And she's like, I'm not listening, but I will listen. You can kiss my cheek. I didn't mean it like that, but you can kiss my ass. Work on your partnership. Give your relationship a chance. That's quite funny. Look, forgiving and learning. And then that's the one where I'm always like, I'm sorry. I thought I was doing the right thing. Please forgive me. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Passion. Yeah. This person's feeling, they're feeling that way. They're feeling the love. Now that they love themselves, they feel like they're able to give that love to you. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. You are lovable. And remember that it's in the title. This person just wants the playfulness back. They want to marry you. This is not everyone's, but that's coming through very strong. This situation involves marriage. Now, if it's not a literal marriage, it's just they want to be in a union with you. Like they want to be divine feminine, divine masculine, king and queen, divine counterparts. They see this person already sees you as their person. So if they're the emperor, they see you as their empress. Like this, I mean, like let's get. Oh shit! I keep forgetting about those cards. Like I feel, and you've got a very strong telepathic bond. You're the person I dream of. It's like I feel like I want to say this person. What does that say? Change, yeah. Get ready for change. That's Neptune and Aries. It's like when I've said before, like I don't although this person wanted to spare you hurt and pain from whatever and let you go, I don't think it's in the case of like I don't think they were sitting there hoping and praying that you find somebody to make you happy that you can settle down with. You get what I'm saying? Like, not in a toxic way. I just think it's like this person's that passionate about you. It's like, I hope you're still there when I feel ready because I'm changing. I don't want to be with anyone else. I'm releasing myself from karmic ties. Oh, holy shit, it just got a bit more interesting and I'm taking action. So, as much as I'm saying this could be in the past, it might not be for some people. And they feel lost without you. Nobody seems to get me or understand me. I feel so alone. So that's what I mean. Like you can let me know when you book sessions. Like, is this what's currently going on, or is this what's went on in the past? I feel empty without you. I know that I had to learn the hard way, what I've lost and what I'm missing, and now I want it back. I hope you'll take me back, and I'm changing. And I feel you. And it's going to be a shock because I didn't see that one coming with there, but I felt it when I think we need to change the thumbnail. We need the twin flame and the soulmate thing. Or like I said, that's what happened in the past, but I felt it when I pulled it. Da-da-da. What am I looking for? Twin flame. Yeah, what am I looking for? Twin flame. Wait a minute, where is twin flame? I just went past that. Oh God, I can't be bothered going for a pee to come back to do mediumship Monday. I'm sorry, I'm just going to do a very short mediumship Monday because that's just where the fuck is it? Right, this is like a weird message. Where is? Oh, there it is. It's just a bit of a boring card. Soulmate there. That's what we got. Right. So somebody chose a soulmate because they felt it would make life easier for everyone. That didn't work out. They're now taking action towards a twin flame. I think that actually nails it. So whether or not this is something that's going down right now, prayers are with you. That's kind of dramatic, or it's something that went down in the past that somebody realised and it's all done and dusted. Yeah. And I'll just slow down a minute to see. And then let's get the new air energy. But you see, this is what I've been saying for years, that this is how quickly all of this happens. Oh, wait a minute, it's totally. When the shift takes place, which we've been in for quite some time, but it's like you can have a dramatic change of mind and change your heart, because that's what spiritual awakening is, like when it's the big bad boy spiritual awakening. And that's why I say on the daily, be humble. Like, careful how you treat people. Like, whether it's karmic, anyone in your life, lovers, friends, family, because you might treat somebody like shit, and then you wake up in a spiritual awakening, you're like, that person I treated like shit might just be about the only person on the planet that'd be able to help me how I'm feeling right now. Whether that's a twin flame or like karmic friends or that, you know what I mean? And it's a bit of a fucker, really, isn't it? Like, but we would pray that those people find somebody else to help them, but you might not get exactly what it is you want. That's the gamble that you take when you fuck around with good people. Right. So what have we got here? What's the new earth energy? Oh, it all ties together and makes sense. Mind shift. Struggle dances to the tune of the mind. Ease flows with the tune of the heart. Somebody was having a tug of war between their head and their heart. What makes sense and what do I want? And now, how interesting. All my eyes are being homed in on is that the shadow of the wire light thing I've got that says love. And I don't know what shorts it is, but there's a shorts for later on in the week. I think it might even be the weekend or something. And it was quite interesting. I kept saying, oh no, it might be actually, I think it might be tomorrow's one. No, I think it's tomorrow's because I was talking about tidal wave of love. And then the card came out that said love twice. That's what I feel this is, a tidal wave of love. Neptune in Pisces is a tidal wave of love and passion. Oh, and then these aren't meant to be here. Oh, it's the same cards again. I'm changing them, taking action. I thought I'd put them back. All right, we heard you the first time. And the sun. Now, it's not the tarot, but I always take this to be like the sun. Feel the warmth of the sun, and also that's divine masculine on this situation. Success and happiness awaits as you walk upon a brighter road. That nails it. That nails this whole true story that will be someone's, and few people that it's whoever it's for, that after walking down a very dimly lit or dark road, which would have, let's face it, if somebody chose a soulmate over a twin flame, there was something sparkly and exciting about it at the start. And then it's a bit like a street lamp that's the battery's running out, and then it eventually goes dark and nobody fucking fixes it for years. I don't know if that's what it's like. And that's what it's like my fucking stair. And what it's like in some of the streets I live around. But you know what I'm saying? It's like it didn't last. Whereas the light of the sun never runs out. And although the sun is masculine energy, the moon is feminine. It's like in this case, the sun is the feminine, and the masculine can't get away from the light and the feminine that's always healing them. That's really deep, but that's what this group of people are waking up to. In my darkest moments, the thought of you kept me going. Like, you're what made me happy. But I sabotaged it. Sabotage, rebuild, persistent work on it, working on it and repairing. Oh, that's really sad. Happens all the time though, but that is really sad. Somebody's like realizing they fucked it, but they're going to try and unfuck it with a love call. And you look, if you're the feminine, you're like, oh hey, I knew you were hitting me up. Expressing love, messages of love, thinking of you, informing you. Oh, it's that wording again. Weird. Yeah, there's a love call coming, and someone's ascending. Learning, expansion, transcendent. Oh, it's that one again. Preparing for union. Shit, that one came out in the shorts loads. Yeah, preparing for union. That's what this person's been doing. But now it's like you've been preparing for union. You're the one that needs to make it happen. Light vibration. The universe responds to your vibrational frequency. Tune in the frequency of love. I've just been saying. Right, okay. I am fucking bursting on a pee, but guys, because I can, I'm just going to sit and just deal with it. I'm not going to pee myself, don't worry about it. But we're going to come off and we're going to come on and do a quick mediumship Monday. I'm just going to do quick fire messages and it is what it is. Right, so see you in a minute. If you like this, please like the video. Hype it, come back and hype it another day. It won't let you hype it on the same day. Hype any of my videos that are old if you can. If you don't want to, fine. Hype other people's, help people out. And if you want to book a session, the details are all there. I don't know if I've got my wee doggy pal on Wednesday yet. I've not been informed. So yeah, I'll be working on that day if I haven't got her. If I have, I won't. But I'm not, all I know is I'm not doing lives tomorrow. I'm not doing lives tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm doing lives Thursday, Friday. But anyway, I'll see you in a minute. Prayers for all the unions and preparing for unions, because that was a consistent message in the shorts. But be realistic about wherever you're at, right? Not everybody's at this bit. You just know, you'd feel